Are you guys vegan yet? You should be vegan. Don't hurt the animals. I'm doing a survey. Are you vegan? Are you vegan yet? You hurt animals? I want you to be vegan. I want you to stop hurting the animals. Like that. I want you to love yourself. Hug. Come, hug. Give yourself a hug.
I'm not hurting the animals, I'm only eating. I'm not hurting the animals, I'm only eating them. Meat.
You don't need meat. I haven't had meat for 9 years. No eggs?
As long as people.
No eggs?
As long as people live.
I've had no eggs. No, it's not true. I've had no eggs and no cheese for 9 years.
Well, it's finally happened. That vegan teacher is doing something different. Something that I'm surprised she hadn't done sooner. She's going out in the real world, not just sitting from her bed filming herself sleeping, or sitting at her kitchen table, or just taking a stroll out on the street. No, she has posted herself up in Cologne, Germany, and has begun harassing people on the street for not being vegan. I mean, it was only a matter of time. I mean, that's what Tosh Peterson does.
Guilty about your own choices because you actually pay for animal products, animal abuse and murder.
That's what Joey Carbstrong does.
You know, Patrick likes to go around kicking animals, he told us.
You know, at some point, when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you have to realize, man, this isn't working. And maybe that's what's happened here. And that vegan teacher is now trying a new approach to forcing people into being vegan. And to nobody's surprise, it's just as ineffective as what she's been doing previously.
Veganism is a social justice movement. It's about not paying for the enslavement of innocent animals. Do you agree that you should be vegan? Everyone here should be vegan. Are you vegan yet? Do you hurt animals? Don't hurt animals anymore. You can be vegan from now on.
So first off, her little propaganda pendant mentions caring about yourself and then others beyond that. What's interesting is that she doesn't actually care about herself at all. If she did, she would actually be making some important changes to get her health situation in check, because it's pretty obvious that she is deteriorating at an alarming rate. She does not look very good for her age. She does not look particularly healthy. And the truth is, we all know that a vegan diet is just not sustainable for most people, especially not Miss Katie, who's shown us countless times what kind of food she eats, and she is definitely lacking essential nutrients. And she never talks about supplements either. See, that's the thing about this statement about, you know, caring about others beyond yourself. It's like they skip the yourself part as well, a lot of them anyway. Because many of them will neglect important things about their own health, like their own nutritional needs, etc., in the name of veganism. I've seen it countless times on Reddit threads, people talking about all sorts of health complications, from gut problems to losing their hair to constant fatigue to feeling sick all the time, etc. And many of them are like, how can I fix this problem while still being vegan, right? Which is naturally the first thing you would gravitate towards, right? You want to uphold your lifestyle choices. But when those suggestions then don't work, that's when you have a problem. Because then they're just like, well, I guess I'll just be stuck with the health problems instead of actually making a change that could impact their life in a positive way. I actually spoke to someone who worked under a dietitian, a licensed one, just this previous weekend, and they actually confirmed a lot of what I've said throughout my videos. The ones where I really do talk about health and nutrition specifically. I haven't really made a video like that in a while, but hopefully I'll be able to make those again soon. But to kind of summarize just one important point was that not everybody's body is the same. Not one person's body is the same as another. So trying to do this one size fits all sort of thing, you know, under the umbrella of veganism, that everybody can be healthy as a vegan, is absolutely preposterous. And in fact, he confirmed that most people, the vast majority, cannot be healthy on a vegan diet. And that vegan teacher is no exception.
All right, I got a thumbs up. Thank you. Amazing. Are you guys vegan yet? You should be vegan. Don't hurt the animals. I'm doing a survey. Are you vegan? Are you vegan yet? You hurt animals?
So she sprinkles in these little music segments several times throughout this video, and this will be the last one that I show you. We're going to be skipping the rest. They're pretty useless. She uses this as padding to make her video longer, I'm guessing, because honestly, the parts of her doing this open harassment of human beings segment isn't that long. So first off, she's going from "Are you vegan? You hurt animals?" Obviously, this is very manipulative because you're using this very aggressive, upsetting language to draw attention, just as she's always done. So she's taken what she normally does in like her live streams and her YouTube videos, etc., and has taken it out into the real world. Now, it seems a lot more tame because, let's be honest, Miss Katie is a giant pushover. She doesn't have the gonads that Tosh Peterson does to do the same type of shit that Tosh Peterson does. She does this more watered down version. But I will never understand how they honestly believe that just straight up calling people animal abusers in public is somehow going to help them. When has somebody ever been accused of something terrible by some random person and decided, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna change my life around today? The answer to that is just about never.
Are you vegan? No, not vegan. How about you guys? Are you vegan yet? Vegan? Are you vegan? Eh? Yes, I am from TikTok. Yeah. Why aren't you vegan yet?
I love beef. I love steak.
So, I like the taste too, but it hurts the animals, you know? I want you to be vegan. I want you to stop hurting the animals.
My brother won't like that.
That's your brother?
Over there.
Your brother? What do you care about what your brother wants? Why can't you just be vegan and not hurt the animals on your own?
I don't know, it tastes great and it's good for you, but the animals, yeah.
You don't need to eat animals. I haven't had any animals for 9 years, and I'm healthy, right?
No.
Yeah, that's...
Exactly. You know, plants have protein. Did you know that?
I mean, some plants have protein. See, this is the kind of things that they do that is extremely disingenuous and not transparent. It's like, yes, some plants have protein, but also you would have to eat a wide variety of plants to actually get all of the amino acids that you need, because that's what proteins are made up of, the amino acids, and there's several different categories of them. And not all of them are actually available in most plant products. So you need to have a very, very diverse diet if you're eating only plant proteins in order to get all the amino acids that you need. Taurine, for example, is an amino acid that is not found in plants at all. Now, creatine, while not an amino acid, is made up of amino acids and also not found in plants, and creatine can be important for your body as well. So again, pretty bullshit statement to just say plants have protein. You're missing the full story. You're missing the bigger picture. In fact, you only seem to have the first page of it. The truth is, plants don't have most nutrients that you need in the same capacity that meat does. So when this woman says that meat is good for you, she's absolutely correct. I mean, there can be some drawbacks of certain types of meat if you consume them too much. That is a possibility. But most lean meats and fish, things like that, are absolutely phenomenal for the human body. In fact, if you just ate a lot of healthy animal products, meats, it would likely be much more nutrient efficient and sustainable than most vegan diets. You know, honestly, I would go as far as to say it's probably pretty much guaranteed to be better than all vegan diets, even if they're supplemented. Also, I'm not 100% certain why this girl would give her the time of day. Maybe it's because she recognized her and thought, you know what, this might be an entertaining moment for myself. It is quite interesting how recognizable Vegan Teacher is, even in Germany. She's quite well known across the globe. There's a good amount of people that know who she is. But obviously stopping people on the street to demand answers as to why they're not vegan seems like a pretty silly, useless, futile thing to do. But yet, here she is.
I know.
Yeah. So I want you to stop. Hey, don't hurt yourself either. Why are you smoking?
Yeah.
Why are you hurting yourself? I want you to love yourself. Hug. Come, hug. Give yourself a hug. All right? I want you to think about it, okay? Be kind to yourself. Are you vegan?
Oh, never.
Why? Why aren't you vegan?
Why should I be vegan?
Because you don't want to hurt the animals.
Yeah, but I'm not hurting the animals, I'm only eating. Yeah, but I'm not hurting the animals, I'm only eating them.
Well, who is killing them for you?
the slaughterhouses.
Yeah, you're paying them to do it.
Actually, the people that are paying for the slaughterhouses to quote unquote murder animals are actually like the grocery stores. So every time they say this, they're absolutely incorrect. Like when you purchase a meat dish from a restaurant, you're not paying the slaughterhouse that culled those animals. When you purchase meat from the deli section or whatever from your local grocery store, again, you're not paying the slaughterhouse to cull those animals. You are paying the grocery store, who probably purchased that meat from some kind of a butcher who probably got that meat from a slaughterhouse. So it's like several steps away from you being the person to pay these people to kill those animals. The truth is, if you didn't go to the store, those animals would still be just as dead.
Right? You don't have to pay anyone to hurt animals.
I like the meat, so
I like meat too, but you know there are other options. You can eat all kinds of foods and that are healthy for you, full of protein, and
you like meat, but you don't eat it.
I don't eat it. Why would I want to hurt an animal if I don't have to?
I like meat.
I eat chickpeas and lentils and potato, everything else in the grocery store, just no dead animals. Right? Does it make sense?
They're already dead.
I mean, she always says this like, I don't have to hurt animals thing, right? Which I guess that's true if you don't, care about your health or living a long life or not looking like a Skeletor. Then, by all means, be completely vegan and neglect yourself. I mean, she's talking about not hurting oneself when she sees her first victim vaping or whatever it is that she's doing. And she's going on this whole like, oh, don't smoke, don't hurt yourself sort of thing. Well, maybe take your own advice, because you are hurting yourself by depriving yourself of nutrients that your body needs to function. Now, obviously, what we're seeing is a severe lack of nutrients that are essential for her brain, like B12, which is why she's so insane, why she acts like an absolute maniac all the time. Probably why she severed all her family relationships in pursuit of worldwide veganism, which was a bullshit fantasy that never had a chance of becoming reality from the beginning. Yet here she is, 10 years down the line, still doing the exact same thing. And it's not even that she keeps getting the same results. It's actually the fact that she's been having a worse and worse and worse impact on veganism, which has ultimately been a net negative for these animals that she so-called claims to protect. If this isn't pure insanity, lunacy, delusional nutcaseism, then I don't know what is.
But you're paying somebody to kill them. Do you know what happens to when you drink? Do you drink milk and eat cheese?
Just had a big schnitzel.
I know, I'm sure you did. I don't know why you're telling me that. All the 12-year-olds tell me that too. I know, but what's that?
People need meat.
You don't need meat. I haven't had meat for 9 years. No eggs.
As long as people.
No eggs.
As long as people live.
I've had no eggs. No, it's not true. I have had no eggs and no cheese for 9 years. You can be vegan. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you've had no meat and cheese for 9 years and you look absolutely horrible. You're not exactly a beacon of health. Now, if you were a 60-year-old woman who looked like she was like 50 or 45, something like that, like you actually legit look super healthy, something along those lines, and you came out giving this spiel, maybe people would be like, you know what, maybe she has a point. But the fact that you're 60 and you look 85, you lose all credibility from that avenue of look how healthy I am, when you don't look healthy. Everybody tells you that you do not look healthy, and there's a lot of like long-term vegans that I've seen on the internet who also try to claim that veganism is healthy for all, and they don't look good either. I'm not going to go and name off a list of them, because some people might interpret that as mean, but it's just reality. I mean, when you're going around the world talking to people, preaching to them that this diet choice that you've chosen is the healthiest thing that anybody can do, this influences other people's health and their well-being and their safety. So yeah, you should be called out when you're not being transparent and you're trying to fill people with bullshit lies about the health benefits of veganism. There are few, but they really don't outweigh the negatives of being on a vegan diet for, again, most people. Because I know there's some people who watch my videos who are like, I've been vegan for 30 years and like, I'm totally healthy. Congratulations, you don't represent the rest of the population. It's the same analogy that people use for smoking, dietitians use for smoking, right? There's people that can smoke their entire life, a pack of cigarettes a day even, crazy numbers, and never get any sort of lung disease, lung cancer, anything like that. That doesn't mean you can now come to the conclusion that smoking is safe and healthy for all because it was safe for this person, because somebody else would go and do the same thing and have lung cancer in the first year. It's because nobody's body is a carbon copy of someone else's. Even if you had an identical twin, there's still going to be differences. One twin might have asthma. The other could have some sort of thyroid disease. Just because one twin got thyroid disease doesn't mean the other will. Even if they ate and did the exact same thing. That's just not how the world works. It's not how genetics work. And unfortunately for the veganism movement, veganism is just not a sustainable choice for the vast majority of people, so it's never going to be widespread unless you want to see the eradication of the human race. Which, hey, some of these vegans probably do want to see that because they hate humans. It's not even about a love for the animals, the hatred towards humans. Because people have different views and don't agree with every single thing that comes out of their mouths. But that's just how some people are, including Miss Katie, of course.
Hello, do you eat animals? Do you eat meat? Are you vegan? Okay, it's okay. We won't film you. Don't worry. It's okay. We don't film you. I'm doing a survey. Who here is vegan? Do you eat animals? Are you vegan?
Yeah.
Why are you vegan? Come. Why are you vegan?
Because I like animals.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Because, yeah, that's the only reason for me.
Exactly. That's the reason to be vegan, right? So, do you eat eggs?
No, we have chicken at home,
Okay.
and that's the only things I eat.
Okay, so you're not vegan because you still eat eggs. What about cheese? Do you eat cheese?
No,
No cheese? No milk?
no,
Okay. So why do you still eat the eggs?
because I think those chicken of us are
You think that they're well taken care of, yeah. But do you know that when you have backyard chickens, how many of them are male and how many of them are female? Do you know?
one is male.
One is a male and how many females?
We have around 10 chickens.
10 chickens. So do you know where all their brothers are?
No,
So all the brothers have been killed because in the egg industry, the brothers are considered to be useless. So they kill all the little baby chicks. So even though you have all these females there and you might think to yourself there's nothing wrong with it, it comes from a cycle of violence. You understand?
yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that you don't eat any eggs ever again. Thank you for not eating the animals and not eating cheese. That's great. But you just go to one more step. And have you ever heard of the Cube of Truth or Anonymous for the Voiceless?
Yeah.
So Anonymous for the Voiceless did a presentation here. They wear the white masks and they hold the TV screens. And you can Google them. And they're tomorrow in front of the big church. What time is it at, guys? At 5 o'clock. Come tomorrow in front of the big church and you'll meet a lot of vegans and you can help. That would be great. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
So there's like two particular things I want to talk about here. So first off, she says that, oh, you like animals. That's the reason to be vegan, right? If you watch, I believe it was 2 videos ago, she stated very clearly that it has nothing to do with loving or liking animals. It's about understanding that you have no business stealing or taking things or killing them, right? That's her logic. She says, I don't even love all animals.
I don't know all animals. Some of them might not be too nice to me. I don't love all animals and I don't love all people. However, I believe that I have no business slitting the throats of any of them or eating any of them.
But then she just confirmed with this guy, oh, that's the reason to be vegan. So which one is it? Can you fucking make up your mind? Doesn't seem like it. But I don't want to hang up on that point for too long. It's honestly kind of useless. But it is just crazy that they just move the goalposts so much. Like, what does being vegan mean then if the definition of it gets to change depending on every situation? It doesn't make sense. Also, this segues into the second bigger point here, is that veganism, from the definition on their website, is about doing the least amount of harm to animals possible, right? Reducing exploitation as far as practicable, right? People have wondered for a long time how like backyard chickens is like anti-vegan, right? Now, most sane vegans, let me get this right for a second. Most sane vegans, non-lunatic activists like her, think backyard chickens, for the most part, are perfectly fine because you are not exploiting animals. The chickens were gonna lay eggs regardless, and they're not gonna do anything, and those eggs are most likely gonna sit there and rot or be eaten by something else anyway. So if you come by and take those eggs and eat them, you are not harming those chickens. That's what most vegans actually do believe. However, you have these maniacal lunatics here that find a way to actually make it seem like you're still exploiting animals by having backyard chickens. Now, her approach is the first time I've ever heard this. Well, all their brothers had to die for you to have those females. You don't know how they got them, and you don't know what happened to the males. You're just making an assumption based off of your own bias and your own hatred towards humans doing anything that involves animals. It's ridiculous. In your case, then, if you even think that that's exploitation, you shouldn't have a fucking dog, yet you do. It's so unbelievably hypocritical and honestly kind of boils my blood, not gonna lie to you. But using this as a justification for why having backyard chickens is still exploitation is a ridiculous leap. Even if what she's saying is 100% true, that the male chicks are still killed, aren't you still doing a net benefit to animals by then adopting these female chickens and keeping them away from that industry? Because let's be honest, there is no vegan world, cannot exist. And your goal as a vegan is to do the least amount of harm to animals as possible. So taking those chickens out of that industry and keeping them safe in your backyard where no harm will come to them is a net positive for animals. It is a benefit to them. You are not exploiting those chickens. By you not taking those chickens, they'll suffer a life of hell and misery as they would describe it. So by then adopting them yourself, you are doing the least amount of harm to those chickens as possible. But again, these assholes don't actually care about that. They use veganism as an umbrella for control, manipulation, and expressing their narcissistic tendencies. And honestly, that's all there is to it.